are my spoiler-free thoughts about a horror thriller called Good Boy, where a dog named Indy and his owner Todd move to a secluded family home where it's known to have some strange occurrences. In some of the cases, we as an audience will see the dog's point of view as in first person or third person. I definitely find it interesting the way it was shot, but it was also creepy, more creepy than I thought it was going to be. Throughout the film, it actually tells you what is happening and what is going on and what you should expect. So obviously the dog cannot talk and he is sensing a strange presence in that house, and we as the audience is feeling it too. The entire time the owner Todd is not feeling well. He seems to be coughing and everything, and the dog has been staying by his side all the time. It was a phone call that he had with his sister that kind of explains why. There are some strange things that do happen that makes you wonder what is really going on in that house, because we are still seeing it in the perspective of the dog. What you have to understand is that a dog cannot communicate the way that we would be able to communicate, say, hey, don't go in there. What is that over there? I think there's something strange. It can only make certain noises or give certain gestures. The loyalty of this dog was unmatched. I mean, no matter what, he wanted to be with his owner, but he could sense something was changing about his owner. He just couldn't understand what it was. What I learned about this film, that it took years to make. This was not something that was done in a few weeks. I think it was the director's house where they filmed this, so the dog felt very familiar of its surroundings. It wasn't that hard to have the dog do X, Y, and Z, and soon Indy, the dog, was very into its job. It wanted to do what it needed to do, but so they had to keep the dog away when it was parts that had nothing to do with him. So both on camera and off camera, the dog was very loyal. As I was halfway through this film and I started to figure out what was happening, it reminded me of a movie called Before I Wake. That movie is about a kid whose mom was very ill and she was trying to explain to him what was happening to her, but his interpretation of what was happening to her was his own reality. My overall experience with this movie was very sad. Even though I believe this house was one way, I think the dog can sense what was left behind. I don't think you have to be a dog owner to enjoy this film. Just understand that how the dog sees things and how a human sees things are completely different, but senses the same thing. And that the loyalty of a good friend, a man's best friend, will go all the way to the end.